What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another SLA video. All right, guys, we got a big one. I want to say a big shout out to our master leaker. That's right. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you will eventually one day learn who that is. Most of you guys know, though. So before I go any further, I want to say a big shout out to him. He kind of gave Zaf and I a lot of information really, really early in the morning. I was, of course, asleep. Zaf, of course, has no life, so he stayed awake. No, I'm just joking. I'm always just throwing punches. Love that guy. So we both are going to put out a video, obviously very similarly, with different takes. But I do want to say this right now. I want to give you guys an assumption on everything that I have predicted and where I was right and where I was a bit wrong. Most of it, to be honest with you, I was pretty bang on. I probably say 99% of it was pretty bang on, but there's a couple things I do want to talk about. So, couple assumptions. Number one, yesterday I made a video about what we want to see on the anniversary and how it will become successful. I can tell you now, I was pretty much nail on the head. That was way before it leaked, so I'm glad my intuition is still there. So first off, Chahayan, brand new Chahayan water unit Chahayan is going to be a must-have. So let's just talk about WOBL first, because a lot of you guys are going to prep for this. If you went for Goto, if you have a good win team, you're in a good spot. The second element has pretty much been confirmed numerous times that it is going to be win. So no Thomas Andre love. He's not getting any love at all. So unfortunately, I don't know how long we have to wait for him to actually be useful in the WOBL. But for now, if you did invest in Goto, you actually did a pretty good thing. You still got an incredible breaker, so nothing wrong with that. You're going to be using most likely Mirai, Goto, and Hansimi. So that's probably going to be your win team. So if you invested in that team, guys, you're fine. You're fine. If you have a pretty good team already with Wu, you might still be okay, but Goto definitely is going to be a major part of WOBL. So for those who invested in Goto, congratulations. It did not go to waste. You are going to be A-okay most likely on your journey in WOBL. Now, with that being said, things that we're going to assume, Chahayan is broken. So it's going to be a mixed bag, I would imagine, of two things. Number one, again, I would imagine, I'm going to say this, that her kit will be very, very much a mixed bag of her existing kit plus a new kit. And yes, as predicted, Soren will, in fact, my wife here will, in fact, support her girlfriend with defense scaling. Okay, so you are 110% going to be using Mei Lin. For sure, there is no question about it. Mei Lin will be a major part of that team, and you're going to be using Soren, and you're going to be using Chahayan, the brand new one when she is out, the pure sword princess. Now, a couple things I want you guys to know about. Chahayan does actually use core attack, from what I assume, and she will be using a lot of crit rate and crit damage from what I assume. And yes, don't worry, she will still have the unrecoverable debuff most likely, as again an assumption. So for those who are very, very concerned about whether she's going to be worth it, I can tell you now, as a defensing scaling DPS, she's going to be by far the best one out there to date, and most likely will continue to be for a very, very long time. So where do you need to get the Soren? So Soren, to be quite honest, if you actually want to just support Cha, your A3 will be sufficient, because you will be giving her exactly what she needs, that defense increase. The HP increase, of course, will help Mei Lin and herself. Also, Cha will most likely benefit from having, again, most likely will benefit from having herself a full water team, so you definitely want that. Now, where Mei Lin comes into play, Mei Lin, of course, will continue being the best water buffer in the game. Not only will she increase the water damage just like Soren does, but she also does a couple of extra things that will help, which is increasing the defense, stacking up to 3 times here, increasing the core attack, of course. This is all I've mentioned already, increasing defense and attack here by 8%. So all of this stuff here is going to matter a lot. If you have an A5 Mei Lin, you are set for success. You just got to get her power up a little bit, and you guys should be rock and rolling. So all in all, guys, Chahayan, from what I assume, and I assumed all along, is in fact a must-have. Another big thing that we've learned from the Master Leaker is most likely we'll be getting ourselves a brand new event weapon. This time it's going to be a free wind weapon that looks absolutely incredible. So they're now giving us event weapons that aren't meme weapons anymore. Just like the Golden Tail Fox, you're going to want to have this wind weapon for free, and you want to try to max it out. So make sure, guys, when the 1-year anniversary hits, you log in and get yourself that weapon. Now, on top of that, yes, we are most likely going to be getting ourselves a water DPS weapon. No longer is Scatty and Grimoire the only two water weapons. We're going to definitely be having a water weapon coming out as well. So for those who want to get a water weapon and have it leveled up, this is the time to do it. Now, the reason why you want to go for a water weapon that's DPS, of course, if you plan to use the water team, is because all the debuffs the water team applies on the boss is going to be water damage up. And this is obviously going to help you guys do more damage with a water weapon versus using just a wind weapon, right? So I unfortunately invested in all my wind weapons on my free-to-play. It is what it is. I'm still going to try to go for the water weapon. Weapons are the hardest things to get to A10. Keep that in mind. So for those who are hoping to do it, I hope you've been saving your black tickets. For those who used it to get Kanai up, it's all right. Hopefully you got what you wanted, and that all worked out. Now, going back to the win team real quick, and before I do that, I want to remind everybody, before we go any further, that the content creator program is still going on. Remember, guys, we are now at 10,000 supporters and increasing every single day. If you want to get your content codes, make sure you click that support button. There are now currently 5 active codes, and there's going to be a 6th one very, very shortly, so everybody here will be able to get it. I want to say a big shout out to all my top 10 as usual. J Stowe, Patches, 046482, Lucy, 684906, Bond, 170879, plus everybody else on the list going all the way to the 10,160. Thank you so much for making me your content supporter, and I appreciate you guys as usual. Now, wind. Back to wind. If you, for some reason, don't want to build your water team because you have a fairly good wind team, Leonard is confirmed to be wind. So what does that mean? Well, in June, when WOBL Hard comes out, he's going to be representing hard mode, most likely with the wind team. Now, in the past, and this is only in the past, the team that came out first never did quite as well as the team that came out second. So that's a little bit concerning to me, but I don't know if that's actually going to be the case. And what I mean by this is when the water team came out for Vulcan, they did great, but then when the wind team came out, they were just better with Mirai, right? When we did water versus dark, that was the only case maybe that I'd say that wind was still a bit better than dark, but dark still killed it for Baron. Obviously, fire destroyed light in Deimos, so we'll see if Leonard actually is broken. And if he is, then the wind team might actually be ahead of the water team. But from knowing or from assuming everything about Chahayan, I can tell you now she is going to be absolutely busted. So I think it's safe to say the water team will still be superior in all aspects. But just remember, if you plan to build the water team, you are most likely going to go Soren, Malin, Cha. For the wind team, if you plan to replace anybody in wind, it's unfortunately going to be Mirai. For Leonard, because I believe Leonard is going to actually be a DPS. And yes, as predicted, guys, Jinna in July will in fact be dark. That's right. So all predictions were pretty damn bang on in regards to all of these things that I have now learned from the Master Leaker. So I want to say a big shout out to him. If you guys know who he is, give him a big W. Just call him Master Leaker and give him a big W in chat or in comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.